Hello everybody, today I'm going to be going over my top MAC eyeshadows and I will also be going over what I use them for specifically. Now keep in mind you can use eyeshadows for anything that your little heart desires, but I just use these colors that I'm going to be going over for specific things pretty much all of the time. I use my MAC palette like no other. Like this palette to me is like my holy grail. I am in love with it. It's almost full, so I'm like excited about it, but then I'm like, oh great, now I have to buy a new one and whatever. But I have quite a bit of eyeshadow, so I just decided to do the top ones because I've had these for quite a while and I've noticed that I gravitate to certain colors pretty much even if I'm not using the palette, just towards anything. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. The first one that I'm going to be going over is one that I use for my lid. This is Expensive Pink, which has a coppery type of pink undertone, and the finish is Veluxe Pearl. Not all of these have the finishes on the back of them, so if they don't, I will go ahead and list them down below so that you guys know the finishes. This is the swatch of Expensive Pink. It is a beautiful champagne-y type of copper pink. I mean, it is amazing. The camera is honestly not even doing it enough justice as what this color is. It is beautiful. You can see the copper, the gold in it with the pink. It is just a all-time beautiful color. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. The next one I have is not one that I've had for a while, but I have fallen in love with it. The few times that I have worn makeup in the last weeks or so, I have been putting this on my lid. I actually have it on today with that Expensive Pink. This is Gleam, which the finish is not on here, but I will go ahead and list that down below for you guys. It's a more of a muted champagne color. So as you can tell, it doesn't have as much pink as Expensive Pink has in it, but it does have that gold undertone with like a little bit of baby pink. And oh my gosh, like I said, I have fallen in love with it and it is just amazing. With this eyeshadow, it does have a little bit of a fallout because the glitters are a little bit thicker. They're not too milled. They're not too finely milled. So with this one, definitely put your foundation on after you've done your eye makeup. And I would suggest, I didn't use it today, like a paint pot or something sticky for the glue, for the glitter to stick to, because with the regular primer, I didn't feel like it gave that much of it held that good. So with this one, I would definitely recommend like a paint pot, a color tattoo, or anything like that. Any kind of sticky base that you guys want on your lid. But that's what Gleam is right here. So as you can tell, it's a lot more pink, like baby pink, than Expensive Pink is. Expensive Pink has more copper in it. This is like a champagne-y type of color. So beautiful colors. I definitely love these colors. Okay, next one I'm going to go over is a brow bone highlight, or you can use it on your lid. I've only used it for my brow bone when I'm using like a matte color and I want a little bit of shimmer just to hit the brow bone. This is Nylon, and this is just a I'd say it's like a champagne-y white color. So as you can tell, I love champagne-y type of colors, bronze colors on my lid. I just feel like they work amazing and I just love them. This is the frost finish. So that's what Nylon looks like. You really can't see that much of the shimmer, but as you can see, it is more milled, finely milled than Gleam is. So this is just like a perfect brow bone shade if you guys wanted just a little bit of sparkle frost on your brow bone. This would definitely be the one that you would want to get from MAC. These three, I use them for my outer V. You can definitely use them all over your lid. I have actually used them all over my whole lid, but I use this more for the outer V, either to deepen it up or add a little bit of a color. So this one right here is Espresso. This is probably one of my first MAC shadows that I have, and this is just a matte brown shadow. There is not much to say about this besides that it is matte brown. To me, it's a little bit too dark for a transition color, but you could definitely use that if you wanted to. If you're like a more deeper skin tone, you could definitely probably use this as a transition, but I actually just use this to deepen up any neutral look that I have going on in the outer V. So that's what Espresso looks like. it goes a little bit more pigmented on your eye. Of course, I don't have primer on my hand, so you know, this is without a primer right here. But it definitely, you can deepen that in into your outer V. Okay. Next one that I have is Sushi Flower. It is a beautiful coral type of pink color. It is a little bit more pink than the shadow by from MAC Coral. So this one has a little bit more pink to it, pink undertone to it, and it's like a rosy type of color as well. So this is Sushi Flower. It is a beautiful color. You can definitely work this into your transition shade, into your crease a little bit. I've only used it on my lid with like a little bit of espresso. I just feel like the pink fades into the brown just amazingly. And then with nylon on top for your brow bone, that is an awesome combination right there. So that's Sushi Flower. Next one is my old time, and I'm talking about, I have a lot of purples from not only MAC but from all kinds of collections, palettes I mean, and this is Vibrant Grape. This is the most beautiful purple that I have ever used. It is amazing. It blends out perfectly. I mean, it's a vibrant purple. That's exactly what it is. So let me go ahead and show you that. As you can see, it's like super pigmented, and the color is, I mean, it is amazing. I've used this on like a neutral eye and underneath my lower lash line, just like a little pop of color. You can use it as on your neutral eye and then deepen this in onto your outer V just to give it a little bit like a purpley smoky eye. It's amazing. Seriously, that purple is hands down my favorite purple that I've ever used in any palette, any shadow. I haven't found one that I have loved as much as Vibrant Grape. So that is definitely on my top like 5 eyeshadows ever. I love Vibrant Grape. Especially if you're a neutral type of person and you're really scared with the colors, and using a color like Sushi Flower or a corally color or yellow color or whatever. This is like a perfect gateway for you to get to comfortable with using colors. Vibrant Grape is just a perfect color for so many looks. I've used this so many times and I definitely recommend it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, my next ones are all transition shades. Like I said, you can use these for whatever it is that you want. I specifically use them for transition shades because that's my thing. I love transition shades. I have to have one. I have to have one. So this is probably one of my favorite ones that I honestly probably use about 90% of the time, whether I'm using my MAC palette or another palette. This right here is Soft Brown. I actually have it in my crease today. And then I could show you a little bit of a similarity. This is Bamboo. So right here, Soft Brown is a little bit deeper than my skin tone. So that's why I deepen in my crease by putting that as my transition shade. Now, Bamboo is pretty much my skin tone color. So if I wanted a really simple neutral look, I didn't even want to look like I put on eyeshadow today, but I just wanted a little bit of depth in my crease, I would definitely go for Bamboo, which I use it all the time when I don't want to have any makeup on. Just put Bamboo into my crease, put some real quick lid color on, and I am good to go, and I'm set, and I'm happy, I'm content with that. So this is, like I said, a skin tone color if you're my skin tone, and then this one's a little bit deeper than my skin tone, but I use it all the time just to deepen in that crease a little bit and then give me that extra little oomph that I want in my look. So these two are very similar, as you can tell, but this one's a little bit lighter and darker right here. So if you guys wanted one or the other, I would definitely recommend for you guys to just go into the store, swatch both of these and see which one is closest to your skin tone, or if you want to look like one shade up from that, see which one that would be. But these are definitely one of my holy grail transition shades. I just love these, and I am so glad that I got both of them. Next one is Texture. Now, Texture does have a velvet finish, so it's not a matte finish, which I would prefer a matte finish in my transition color. But what I have used this for quite a bit is when I have on my lid a very dark color, like say a deep burgundy color, and I wanted to go ahead and fade it into an orange color. What I would do is I would put the orange color into my crease, I would go ahead and put the burgundy into my lid, and then to blend that out right in the middle, right in a little bit lower than my crease, I would go ahead and get texture, because I feel like this has a type of orangey tan, little beige type of color, and it just fits in perfectly to blend in any type of deep fading into like a lighter shade. Not too light, but you know, like I said, the burgundy into the orange, I have been using this to fade into that crease. I did a look not too long ago. I still have a tutorial that I need to do, but this is what I used to blend in those two very, very from dark to light colors. This blended it in perfectly. So this is texture right here. And that's what it looks like right there. So as you can see, it just makes it like, just like amazing. And I totally forgot to show you swatches of Bamboo and Soft Brown. So I'll go ahead and do that for you right now. This is going to be Bamboo. So as you can see, it's like my skin tone. Soft Brown is one shade deeper than me. So that's a soft brown right here. Next one that I have is Coral. Now, I use this as a transition shade, or you can use it onto your lid, whatever it is that you want to do. I would suggest if you want like coral into your crease, maybe like expensive pink on the lid with coral into the crease, and then highlighted with like a matte yellow toned brow bone highlight. I would definitely recommend that. This just is a perfect color. I mean, it's exactly what it says, what it claims to be, is coral. It is a beautiful coral color. That's this right here. Okay, next one is Rule, which is probably one of my all-time favorite ones. I use it a lot. It's like a dirty orange color, not so much of like a brick color, but just more of like a burnt orange, and I love it, especially on brown eyes. I love oranges, I love bronze, I love burgundies, because I feel like it brings out the brown way more. And this one is just a perfect transition shade for that. I've used it on my whole lid, and I've also used it to deepen in the outer V. So as you can tell, I've used that quite a bit. But here's Rule right here. So it's way more obviously orange than the coral one that you see right there. Okay, last one is Brown Script. Everybody knows about Brown Script. I love this. As much as Bamboo and Soft Brown, I use Brown Script like no other. It's like a chocolatey, like a milk chocolate type of color. You can use this into your crease very lightly. You can deepen it like a real smoky eye. You can go ahead and pack this on. You can also deepen into your deepen in your outer V with this color. It is just amazing. I love it. And it's like I already have a dent in it, and it takes a lot for me to have a dent. Actually, probably a lot of these shadows have dents in them because I use them so much. But that's Brown Script right there. So you can see how pigmented that is, and just how brown and like milk chocolate that is. It is just amazing. I definitely love that color. So those were just my top 12 MAC eyeshadows. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got some good ideas. If you guys want to see any tutorials using any of the shadows and how I described that I use them for myself, I will go ahead and do that for you guys. Just let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, so make sure you guys like this video, comment, subscribe to me if you haven't already. If you are a new subscriber, thank you. I hope you guys stay a while. Until then, I will see you guys in my next video. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I will figure something out in the meantime. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.